What's going on, everybody? Josh Engleman for Awesemo.com, and I am back with my NBA DFS contenders for Monday, December 28th. Be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you know when this and all of our other content goes live. Follow me on Twitter at Josh Engleman so you can get updates to these sim results as we get closer to lock. I'll be on live before lock tonight at 6:30 Eastern time. So assume that I put out that update just before we go live. Finally, let me know in the comments section, who are your favorite plays on tonight's slate? We're rounding out the bottom of my top 10 with Jayshawn Tate, Jamal Murray, Taurean Prince, Ja Morant, and James Harden on the outside looking in. Who are my top 5 plays, my favorites for today? It's time to find out. Coming in number 5, ignore the jersey. It's Josh Jackson, small forward eligibility. $4,200 price tag, 27 fantasy point projection. We're going to be without Derrick Rose. They're going to be without Blake Griffin. So I think the minutes are pretty steady. Could even see a little bit of extra time. I'm giving him a 23% usage rate. Baseline projection, 13 points, 6 boards, grab 2 assists, maybe a steal, maybe a block. I think it all looks good, but this is just a really nice value option. Josh Jackson's basically a 1 fantasy point per minute guy. I have him at 0.96 in my baselines, and I think it could be a little bit higher here. I'm not worried about the Atlanta defense. I think this is a relatively high pace spot for the Pistons. All these things check off enough boxes for me that at small forward and for 4,200, I think Josh Jackson's a fantastic value. Next up, number 4, we're staying on the same team. I'm looking at Delon Wright, point guard, shooting guard eligible, 4,600. I've got him projected for 29 fantasy points, GPP goal of 33. I think he hits that goal about 27% of the time. In the optimal lineup, 29% of the time. I'm giving him 28 minutes. I think there's potential for more with Derrick Rose out. Not a huge usage guy. God, can't talk. Usage guy. But I still have him projected for 11 points, 5 boards, 5 assists. Fantastic defensively, a steal and a half. This seems like a really nice spot. I think he's going to take on a little bit more of a role in the offense. You could see slightly more time on the floor. 28 minutes feels like a low-end estimate. 4,600 though, just not a price tag I'm worried about. There's no one out there that's going to be taking time from him in a situation where they're replacing, close to 60 minutes of game time. Love Delon Wright, love Josh Jackson. Happy to play them both in the same lineup. Not an issue whatsoever. Now at number 3, I'm going to Trey Young, 9,500, projected for 50.5 fantasy points. GPP goal of 57.5, more than attainable. I think he gets there 27% of the time. 33% chance of being in the optimal lineup. You can see we took a little bit of a step up over Delon Wright. 35 minutes, 36% usage, a 29.9 and 4.5 projection. Should be getting Clint Capella back. I think that helps out Trey Young more than it hurts him. Capella, a relatively low usage center, so I think that fits perfectly. Detroit's defense stinks. Not worried about that at all. This is an excellent spot for Trey Young. I'm expecting big things. Coming in at number 2, I'm going to Mason Plumley. Now, he's only center eligible, but 5,700, projected for 35 fantasy points. Only a goal of 38. He gets there 32% of the time. He's in the optimal 33% of the time. Mason Plumlee's going to play 32 minutes. He's a 1.1 fantasy point per minute guy in the past. No telling that it can go a little bit higher. I assume he sees Clint Capella, which isn't great. It would be a lot better for him if Clint Capella were out, but I'm projecting him at his normal rates, 1.1 fantasy points per minute. Relatively low usage, only about 15%, but I've got him projected for 12 and 10 with 4.5 assists. If he gets a couple blocks, this could be a monster spot for Plumlee at a mid-tier price. Whether you're going stars and scrubs or a balanced build, Mason Plumlee works. No issue grabbing Mason Plumlee. Center eligibility, it locks him into only 3 spots, or only 2 spots. I apologize. Misspoke. But 2 spots, that's all you need. Mason Plumlee is in the optimal 1/3 of the time. Don't ignore him. This is a great spot with Rose and Blake Griffin out. One last reminder, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and follow me on Twitter at Josh Engleman. You don't want to miss these updates. Now it's time to find out who is number 1. The only reason you wouldn't go to Mason Plumlee is because you're too busy going to Christian Wood, 7,200, center only, 42.5 point projection, 46 point GPP goal, hits that 37% of the time. Finishes in the optimal lineup 39% of the time. I'm giving him a ton of minutes. Has to avoid foul trouble, but 36 minutes on a team that's fully shorthanded, only 9 active players. 28% usage, and a 24-10 baseline projection. If the shot's falling, this could be a monster day. There's nothing to stop him from going like 30-15 in this spot, other than the fact that, it is against Denver, and Denver's pretty good. He's a 1.15 fantasy point per minute guy, traditionally speaking. I can't get away from him right now. 7,200, not nearly enough to get me away from Christian Wood. I think that he is the clear-cut best option on DraftKings. Alrighty, guys, thank you for joining me. Take a look around. There should be a FanDuel version of this video out there as well. We'll be doing these NBA contender videos Monday through Friday, every single day, breaking it down for FanDuel and DraftKings. Good luck tonight. Check out our NBA Live Before Lock show, and I will be back again tomorrow morning with another edition of the Contenders.